Happy craft afternoon, everyone. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Today is the first video in a series on our Master Layouts die sets. Now, if you're new to Gina K Designs and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain everything to you about our Master Layouts die collection, and we're going to be focusing on Master Layouts 1 in today's video. And with each video in this series, I'll be focusing on a different Master Layouts die set, showing you lots of different configurations that you can use for each of the die sets, and giving you information about what other Master Layout sets were designed to coordinate with the one that we're focusing on. And then at the end of the series, I'm going to be doing a video with lots of mixing and matching, because even though certain Master Layout sets weren't designed specifically to layer with other sets, they're all designed to mix and match to create beautiful card layouts. And we'll be getting to that throughout the next, I don't know, 18 weeks maybe? 9 weeks? It depends. We'll see how many I can get done. And in each of these videos, I'm going to be focusing on our newer products that we have, because I don't want to stop supporting great ideas for you using our new kits and other products that we've come out with. So, for example, in today's video, I'm going to be using Master Layouts 1, but I'm going to be making cards with our current card kit, the Friendly Wishes. So you'll have lots of ideas to incorporate into your collection of ideas out there. And I also have some printables for you today, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute. But before we get started on today's video, let's say hello to Tom. He's back. Yay!
Hoorah!
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
We missed you.
Oh, yeah. Boy, it's good to be back in the dead space, bringing peace back through the dead space after your wonderful word of the day. And
I didn't know you were there.
Man-bashing rant of the word of the day while I was gone.
Well, it wasn't too bashy. I mean, my disclaimer was that women do women-splaining too, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole version of that on the other side.
That's true, absolutely.
But
well, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, but it's fun, and we're having fun, and yeah, better than horrible.
And do you have a word of the day coming up today?
I have a very, very,
Uh-oh.
very calm, non-incendiary word of the day.
Okay.
Silly.
Try to level out my word of the day.
Silly. So, back to the boring stuff.
Yeah, no. Well, we're glad you're back, and boy, it frees me up. That's a lot to do, being the Wizard of Oz at the same time as when you're trying to make cards, so.
You can do it, though.
I'm glad you're back there, the man behind the curtain.
She flew solo, all by.
Yeah, well.
All by herself.
I don't like to do it often. So, all right, well, let's get started, because I have a lot to share with people today.
Quite a lineup today.
Right, for sure. Okay, so first, let me show you the die set that we're going to be using today. So this is Master Layouts 1. Now, Master Layouts 1 was obviously the first in this series. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can talk about this die set. This was the first in a series. So Master Layouts 1, I designed this because I was constantly cutting panels to these different sizes with a paper cutter, and people were giving me feedback saying, I don't know how you cut that second layer so tight and make it straight. I can't cut it. It's difficult for me. And so I thought, well, what if we had a die set that would cut some of our most favorite layers? So Master Layouts is a series of dies that cuts layers, layered panels, and basic different types of shapes that will help you create layouts for your cards. So for example, you have a card base, you fold it in half. Well, Except in certain circumstances, maybe when you're doing big stenciling and things like that and fancy folds, a lot of us like to use layers to kind of create almost like we like to frame out our images. We like to use things like grounding panels. And when I talk about grounding panels, I'm usually talking about a layered oval or a layered circle, a layered square, something that we can put behind a floral sprig. The master layouts creates those layouts for you, and it cuts them perfectly every time. So they line up perfectly, you don't have crooked edges, and they're designed to work with other products in our collection. So the master layouts has these two big dies. One measures 3 3/4 by 5, and the other measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Now, when you purchase the master layouts, on the back are all the sizes to the dies that you get in this collection. I like to save this insert with my master layouts, and what I do is I keep them in these medium stamp pockets. So I just keep the insert in there, and then I throw the dies in there loose. Now, if you don't want to throw the dies in loose, you can also pick up some of our magnetic boards. Most likely you'll need 2 magnetic boards for each set of master layouts because these are giant die sets. They're big. And then if you decide to do the magnetic boards, you'll need the 6 by 8 boards for these, and you'll want to store those in larger stamp pockets. Now, some of our master layouts dies are so big that they can't fit with the small insert, so we made the insert bigger, and you might want to use the 6 by 8 stamp pockets. They're actually larger than that. They're called our large stamp pockets. These are our medium stamp pockets. So this is the way I like to store my master layouts die sets. I always like to keep the insert because I want to know the sizes. That helps me determine what coordinates with what. But for those of you that want the magnets, you can pop the magnets in there as well. Now, I'm going to keep this one. This was our old insert. We've upgraded them thanks to Brian's, so they look a little bit, they're a little more vibrant so you can see them better. This was my design. This is Brian's design. Brian's designs are always better than mine. Okay, but I'm going to be using this die set because it's open. I just grabbed this off the shelf to show you what you would be getting if you purchased it now. Now, the other thing that I like to do with my master layouts is I like to organize everything in a binder. So I want to show you my binder, and I have all my master layout stuff here in this binder. Now, let me zoom out a little bit, and I want to show you some of the other things about this binder. Okay. So this binder is just a binder that you can pick up at your local Walgreens. They sell these kinds of binders. I would suggest if you're going to buy binders and sheet protectors and all, that you always try to do that during back to school season because everything is cheap, but we're not in back to school season, so you might want to just, go to Walmart or Target or something like that and pick up a binder. Now, the binder that I use has this clear little part in the front so you can slip a sheet in there. So I made a cover for my binder, and it just says Gina K Designs Templates and Charts. And then I've got a QR code right here on this sheet. Now that QR code, let me show you how that works. First, let me put my phone in focus so nobody bothers us while we're doing this. Okay, so when you are using a QR code, the way this works is you just take your smartphone, you can also do this with your tablet, and you open your camera app, and then you put it right over the QR code. Let me do that again, all right, because I wasn't in the camera with my phone. Okay, so you just open your camera app and you put it right over the QR code, and you see that yellow thing that jumped down? You can click on that, and that'll take you right to the spot on our website where all of the templates and charts are on the Gina K Designs website. So for example, today I uploaded the template and charts binder contents. So this is a new section on our templates and charts area. And here are the first 2 that you can download and print. The binder cover and then the master layouts 1 idea sheet. Okay, and then you can scroll through here and there's lots of other downloads, recipes, charts that you can download, different fancy folds, memory keeper, but all these different templates. So if you go to our website, GinaKDesigns.com, and click on blog, and then click on templates and charts, that's where you'll find this, okay? Print it out, put it in the cover, and then you can also print out this page. So this is the Master Layouts 1 idea sheet that's in there. And I'm going to upload these with each video I do. I feel like it'll be easier for us to stay organized when we do them as we go, rather than putting a bunch of charts in all over the place and people trying to find the video that coordinates with it. So here's the Master Layouts 1 idea sheet. So I printed this out and I popped this into a sheet protector. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I get a Master Layouts die set is I like to cut all of the pieces and create all of these layouts in real size, actual size. This is just a launching ground. This is 4 ideas out of many, many ideas that you can do. These are just 4 to get you started, all right? So here's what I do, and I'm going to show this. It's a 2-page, Tom, so you might want to get rid of me. But here is what it looks like, all right? So these are the 4 different layouts that I pulled off of this sheet in real size, okay? I cut them out with white and black cardstock, and then I just layered them onto what would be the equivalent of an A2 card base, but it's just a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I did all of the layouts that are on this page. Now, the reason that I did this is because when I am trying to think of a layout for a card, this is nice, but it's not actual size. So I want to see it in actual size, okay? So then when I have some bits and pieces, let's say I have this little piece here, and let me just grab a word, okay? So I have so many bits and pieces just laying in my little thing here. All right, let's say I just finished these 2, and I wanted to see like what layout will work with these 2. So maybe I like this layout and I want to see what this would look like up against Master Layouts 1 in this orientation. I can lay it right on my book and I can see what it's going to look like. I don't know that I like that so much, so let me see what it would look like in this orientation with this decorative piece here. Maybe I'll have it going this way, and I'll see what that looks like. Okay, that looks nice. I like that, but let's look at some more ideas, all right? So maybe I want it to go in this orientation. I like it in this, this vertical orientation, but I don't like the strip in the middle. Let's see what the strip looks like down the side. Maybe that would accent that a little bit more, and then I could put that like that. Kind of like that. All right, but let's say, let me see if I have some other things here. Let me pull out a different one. Okay. Let me grab this here. And this. Okay, let's say I have these 2 pieces and I want to work with these. Well, maybe this would be a better look for me. Maybe I'd want to put one here and one here, and then have the word going across the center. So having these all printed out in real size, protected by your protector sheets, allows you to try out different layouts. So I suggest that when you get your layouts, make these pages, and then you'll be able to kind of look at them in real, like the real existence of what these are. Now, these are all just black and white, right? But remember, you can cut these different bits and pieces out in different colors. So maybe you want this piece to be tranquil teal instead of white. Or maybe you want this to be craft. Remember that these pieces don't all have to be white. This is just so that you can kind of look at a layout that you want quickly. I need something new. I'm tired of my same layout. Oh, here's 4 different ideas that I can use. And also remember that all of these same ideas can be flipped on their side. All right, so for example, we've got all these ideas. Let's take the sheet out and let's look at it this way. Now we can have this look. We can have this look. So I'll just grab this flower here again. You know, we can have this maybe in the center here, and then maybe you have a strip sentiment or something you want to stamp right over here. So these 4 ideas become 8 ideas because you can flip them and do the same exact thing on the side. All right. So that's 2 more looks right there. And let's get this one out and flip it. That's why it's nice to have it in the sheet protector. I really like this because this would be really pretty as like a grounding panel. And then if you had a strip sentiment or something, let's see what this would look like. You know, you could do Merry Christmas here and pop it up. And this kind of just features the greeting a little bit. Isn't that kind of fun? And then this one is cute too. I like this idea. Maybe having this kind of up here, or you could turn it around here like that. And then you could put your greeting down here. And remember, if you're doing these in different colors, it makes things pop a little bit more. All right. Then I want to show you 2 other things that I did. So the Master Layouts set that coordinates with Master Layouts 1 is Master Layouts 14. That is our postage set. You guys have seen that set. Here's what it looks like, Master Layouts 14. These 2 dies right here were made to work with Master Layouts 1. This die is also made to work with Master Layouts 2, but we'll get into that in the next video. But you can use it with Master Layouts 1. So what I did was I cut these 2 panels out, all right? And then I did them in a different color. I did them with Wild Wisteria. Now you can make notes here, and you can say, you know, Master Layouts 1 with Master Layouts 2 white panels, or Master Layouts 14 white panels. And this is a way for you to kind of know that these things are going to coordinate together. So what's the difference here? Well, on Master Layouts 14, instead of the plain white piece, there is a stitched one that coordinates with the Master Layouts 1 black panel. This one, the postage stamp, works with the Master Layouts, the smaller of the 2 Master Layouts panels, and it gives you a wide border. Because some people like a wide border, and some people like a skinny border. So this allows you to create a wide border with this postage, as well as doing a skinny border with a stitched one. So here's where I would write my little notes. I would just add them right here on this area here. Maybe you want to do it on a Post-it note. Maybe you want to do it like on a sticky note that you can slip inside with that. But I wanted to make sure that I had these laying out because if you want to try something out, like let's say you have the this oval right here already cut out, which I do. Let me get that. Okay. So I already have that cut out and layered together. Well, maybe you want to see what it looks like with the stitched one. And maybe you want to see what a couple of these, that's these 2 pieces right here layered together, look like on the larger stitched one. So maybe you want to do something like that. You want to look at it and lay it out. Okay, kind of like that idea. And then maybe I'd put my oval in the center here and see what that looks like. Well, that's kind of cool. I like that. And then let me see what it looks like when I add my flower on there. Ooh, this actually looks really nice. This is a card I might want to make. Okay, so it gives you the opportunity always to have these ready to go to kind of test your theory before you actually make a card. All right. So this is what I would suggest. When you get your master layouts, I know a lot of you have all 17 sets. This is a great mojo thing to do too. You know, you can wait for these sheets to be printed out and then you can just tuck them in. But in the meantime, you could make your, I call these my tryout panels. So this way I can try the design out first before cutting all the different parts. And maybe if you don't end up liking it, you don't cut up your colored cardstock until you're ready to go. So you can make all your tryout panels and get your binder going, pick up some sheet protectors and you know, let it rip. It's a great start.
Okay.
Yes.
So a couple quick questions.
Yes.
Can we sneak in here?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
First of all, how many master layout sets are there?
So right now there is 17 master layouts die sets.
Okay.
Next month there will be a total of 18.
Okay, and how do you know which sets go with other sets, like 1 and 14, for instance? Where
Well,
would you pick that up?
You know, I've talked about it when we release a master layout set. In those videos, I always say this one will coordinate with that one and this one will coordinate with this one. But that's why I'm making this series, because in each video, I'm going to tell you which ones coordinate, and then you'll have this video to reference back to.
Yeah, this is like the go-to check back with this when it's like a reference set of videos for
definitely.
For these products.
And it's a great video to watch again, maybe with a notepad and take notes. But even like right now, you know that Master Layouts 1 and Master Layouts 14 have dies in them that coordinate together. You can put that on a Post-it note and you can write that down. Now, I'm going to do a document that you're going to be able to print out at the end of this series that has all of this information. It's going to say, you know, coordinating master layout sets, Master Layouts 1 plus Master Layouts 14. So you'll know. But I'm not going to make that document and put it in the on the templates and charts after just one video. I've got, actually I'm going to do 18 of these videos for you. And so I want to make sure that we have all of that information. I could put it on a document now and maybe you could just refer to it, but I'm only going to do it one video at a time until all of the videos are complete. Because even in my experimenting with this die set last night and playing around with it, I realized that the postage die, this die right here, I realized that this worked really nicely with this die. So I wouldn't have even thought of that. I would have just put this one. So, I want to have a little bit of time to really play so I can give you a lot more information with each video. So we're going to do one at a time, but I promise you, it does say, 14 does say works with 1 on the package. It says that?
No, she's asking, does it say
No, it does not say that. It doesn't say that because, when I come up with these master layouts and I send them over to Brian and he makes the packaging and stuff, I've played with it as an idea on my computer, but I haven't even had a chance to play with it yet. So I don't get to play with it until the dies come in and we need the packaging by then. So then I start playing with it, and I know roughly that, I want this to be a certain size, and that's going to work with one die set. But it's amazing. As we go through, you're going to see. I was only going to make this die set, Master Layouts. I originally just called it Master Layouts, and this was just the die set I was going to make because this was the one people were asking for. But then, as I realized that we could do more and more fun things and create these mix and match die sets, we started numbering them so that we could make sure that we could keep things straight. Now, the other thing about our Master Layouts die sets, and I don't know if I've got any bits and pieces down here of any of these. I don't really, but just as an example here, this is one of our cover plates. All of our cover plates will work with this layout right here. They will all fit right in there, just like that. Because one of the things that I've done over the years of designing products is I've tried to make sure that when I design cover plates that they all work with the Master Layouts 2 die set. And now I know that they're going to work with the Master Layouts 1 die set after playing with this last night if you want a wider border. All right, so I am going to create that document for you. I know that somebody in our group has done a document with the ones that she knows coordinates together. So if you haven't joined our Facebook group, just come on over and join. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. We would love to have you over there. Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. Join the group. There are 3 security questions and you have to agree to our rules. If you don't do that, you won't get approved because we're really trying to keep trolls out of the group, and we want to know that you are a card maker, and we want to know that you're there for the purpose of card making and not somebody that's going to harass our members. We know that you're not here talking in the chat, but we won't know that when you join. Our moderators won't know that. So just make sure that you do that. And then we have a whole files section over there. And we have photos of all of the Master Layouts charts. So we've got so many things over there that are useful for using Master Layouts. And I know that one of our members, every time a new Master Layouts comes out, she updates her little chart with what goes together. Now that all being said, everything goes with everything else when it comes to Master Layouts. All right? So for example, when you have this plain Master Layouts 1 design put together, whether you use the stitched one from 14 or you just use the plain one. So here's just the plain one right here. Okay, here's the plain one. So if you have just this plain one and you pop this onto a card base, all right, and you're ready to start your card, you can pick any Master Layouts die set. For example, I'll pull 8 in again. You can use any Master Layouts die set to create things for the card. This one cuts out strips, so you could cut out strips and trim them down that go onto the card. This one has, this is Master Layouts 8, which coordinates with our, it's made for 5x7 cards, so big cards, you know, those of you that love big cards. It's got these, 3 nesting circles. You could put this in the center here and this big nesting circle in the center, and then you could lay your designs right on that. Now, I don't have these cut out because I'm not working with this one today, but you can see how you can easily create a cool layout like that. That's just grabbing another Master Layout set, how they all work together. You could do something with this die set where you've got this circle here, and then you've got, I'm just pulling some stuff out here, you've got this flag that goes under the circle, right? And then imagine that that's covering that up. You've got your flower and you've got your greeting down here on the flag. So that's why I say, every Master Layouts die set coordinates with every other Master Layouts die set. They were designed that way. I designed them all myself. Nobody else is involved in the design process. And I'm always thinking of how something can look with something else. Yes, I see Shirley's question. We do have a Master Layouts die set for squares, and it's Master Layouts 3. And then, as an example, Master Layouts 3 coordinates with our wreath builder system. So those panels will cut out to perfectly fit in there. So when we get to that die set and that video, you're going to see how it works with other Master Layout sets, but also with the wreath builder. So we've got a lot to do going forward. But today we're focused on this one. So what I thought I would do today is, last night I cut, this is my gum container. I know everybody's going to say, where did you get that container? This is my, I think it's double mint gum, sugar-free double mint gum, but I think you can get extra gum in these containers too. I chew a lot of gum because I have dry mouth and stuff, and so I'm always chewing sugar-free gum. It just feels really good to me. And so I save all the containers and I use them for die cut pieces. My old age problems. I have dry mouth. I got all kinds of dry things. But So I cut all of these out. I made a bunch of different little elements featuring our new kit. This is the Spring Clusters. Sorry, Tom. The Spring Clusters Stamp and Die bundle, and it also has coloring stencils in that kit as well that coordinates with the Stamp and Die bundle. So last night I took it home and I made a whole bunch of pieces so that I can make some of these cards for you and show you how to incorporate them. And I thought we could kind of look at them together with these layouts, and then we can recreate them with some different colors. All right, so let's start with this one.
And real quick,
yes,
that binder is your standard for 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper.
Yep, just a standard binder that you can get at Walmart, at Target, off of Amazon. I got mine at Walgreens. You can get them, you know, pretty much anywhere.
But it's the size. The size paper is 8.5 by 11.
8.5 by 11, yep. And I'm just using all 8.5 by 11 sheets of cardstock, and my template is designed to print out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of copy paper. Okay, will all the videos be on Thursday crafternoon? You know, I don't know, but that's a good idea. What I am going to do is I'm going to start a playlist on my channel called Master Layouts Card Design Series or something like that. You'll be able to see it. I'll bump it up to the top of my playlists. And so once I get this video done, then I have a video to add and I can create the playlist. This way, you guys can go in and save that playlist. You can bookmark it, but there's a way to save playlists on your own YouTube account. And then it'll be very easy for you to just go to your YouTube channel, go to your playlists, pick that playlist, and then they'll all come up in order. You can pick the one that you want, and you can just watch that for a refresher. All right. So I thought that we could start with this one here. I stamped these, and I colored them in with the layering stencils. I used Sweet Mango, and I used Light Carnation, and then Jelly Bean Green and Fresh Asparagus for my colors. So I thought something like this would be really pretty on this layout because we could kind of do this kind of circular thing where we just wrap it around that beautiful scalloped oval. And then we could add our greeting into the center. So we could do grateful for your love and support. And then we could kind of dress up this little banner piece with a little bit of stenciling and maybe the background with a little bit of stenciling. Or we can dress it up with an embossing folder. So I thought that would be a fun layout for one card. I'm going to just stick to these layouts today just to give you, you know, the ideas of this first batch. Then for this one, I thought it might be fun to use one of these. We can kind of have this going down, accenting that side there. And then we can add our greeting right onto that. So maybe we can go with, let's see if this happy birthday would work. And it's okay if things hang off the edge of these, what I call grounding panels. Happy birthday. And then we could even add best friend down there. Happy birthday, best friend. So I think that will be a nice layout. Excuse my static. It doesn't want to stay, but we're just getting ideas right now. Okay. So now for this one here, and remember, we can always turn these the opposite way if we want, right? We could always have done it this way. Actually, I will turn. Ooh, I kind of like them coming in from this angle anyway. Kind of like that a little bit better. That's really pretty. See how it just changed? I had them the opposite way, and see how it just changed? That's what's so nice about having these little try me pieces, these little tryout cards done, because you can kind of look at it and go, something about that I don't like, but then you can flip it. All right.
Quick question from Debbie. She wants to know if product is out of stock on our website, where the the next best places to try to find it?
Well, I would go to, there's our retailers tab at the top of our website, and you can click on that, and there are hundreds of stores that carry our products. You can find any of the online stores, and you can also find stores possibly in your area that would carry our line. So I would check there first, and that's a great place to find our products. I am going to probably overlap these words a little bit. All right, so for this one, let's try a similar design to this, but let's use this rose. I love this rose. So if we do that there, oh, that's so pretty just like that, isn't it? That's so elegant. Just like that. We could do this right here, thinking of you and sending love. What if we did that layout and then we added some texture into here? Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that one. I was going to do like this whole thing, but I think that's so elegant just the way it is. See, I wouldn't have known that. And I would have done all this work with some idea in my head if I didn't have my tryout cards. All right, and then down here, let's see, we could do a mix. We could mix two ideas together. We could have this here. We could have this over here, just because it's kind of fun to have a couple of different florals in there. And then we could do Hello Friend right in the center. And then I did cut out this, You're in My Prayers, because I'm thinking, you know, that might be nice to stagger down there like that. You know, if somebody's struggling, you just want them to know. So look at that. 4 card ideas right out of the gate just by using our tryout panels. Now, I did have these extra ones, and what's nice about having some extra ones is you can do a couple different things. I am going to keep this layout because I like it, but we could look at this and see how this would look with that same layout. That's pretty too. That's really pretty too. I really like that. I like them all. But, you know, look how easy it is to get ideas when you have this little bit of organization. Doesn't take much, but this little bit of organization, and you can see how these work together. Now, I also want to see what this one looks like, because I think this is a very, very pretty design. This is really nice. We could even kind of make them more upright like that, kind of going off the page a little bit, and put that in there. So it's almost, you know, maybe for some of us, like me, this might even be like, oh, there's too many ideas now. This is too hard now. But, you know, wouldn't you rather have too many ideas than being stuck for an idea? I think that's what this really helps you with. It really helps you have lots of ideas. And you can make all of these cards. You could make all of these and then go back and watch the video again and look at those other designs that I did, and you can make those layouts as well. Okay, so now that we have these, let's go ahead and actually create these ideas out of some colors that make sense. All right, so I'm going to keep my book here, and I'm going to push the book up a little bit just so that I have the idea. And then I'm going to use some Dusty Rose cardstock, and I'm going to recreate this card. But I'm going to add a little something to it. So I'm going to take let me get my grip mat. It's in my MISTI. I'm just going to lay it here. I already have this glued together, but that's okay. I'm going to take my grip mat, and then I am going to use the Harvest Flourish stencil. And I'm going to put this here right on top, and then I'm going to use just a little soft stone for this, okay? A little bit of soft stone. I have my ink stand, And a big shout out to Brianne. I saw her in there linking things. Brianne, thank you so much for being here and helping everybody. Make sure you link your inkstand because everybody always asks about them. And no craft room is complete without an inkstand, that's for sure. All right, so I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of soft stenciling here. Let me get my black brush. And I know I've got a lot of ink on that, so I'm going to just clean that off a little bit to get rid of some of this darker gray. Okay, just a little soft stone, and we're just going to create a little texture in here. And you can kind of see I'm not worried so much about the center, but I just want to get a little texture on there. And this will lighten up quite a bit, but you can see that. Okay, now I'm going to take one of these strips and I'm also going to add a little bit of that texture on this strip as well. Just a tiny bit. And I'm really going to focus like right here on the edge and right here on the edge. Just a little bit, because a lot of it's going to get covered up right with the oval. So that just gives me a little bit of texture there. Okay. So now I'm going to trim this down. Oh, I don't even need to. It's going to be a perfect fit right in there. All right, so let's layer this together. And you can see just by adding that little bit of texture, it kind of just takes it up a notch. And here's the beauty of the master layouts. You don't have to figure out what size this strip needs to be because it just fits right there like that. And then we're going to put that on this Dusty Rose card base. All right. And so one thing I wanted to point out, so the Master Layouts 1 gives you a bigger canvas and a little bit of a smaller border, where our Master Layouts 2 gives you a little bit of a smaller canvas. Let's use this one. A little bit of a smaller canvas, but a little bit of a wider border. See the difference in the size of the borders at the top? So some people were asking me in the past, like, well, what's the difference other than the stitching? It's actually the size of the canvas, too. You get more area here to stamp on or do whatever other things you want to do. So now for this, I'm going to pop this up with some foam squares. So I have some foam squares here, and I'm going to just put a foam square on the top and on the bottom. This way it should lay a little bit better. And get that right in there in the center. Okay, so now it's in the center of my card. Now I'm going to adhere this right onto the circle here, but I'm going to add some foam squares just on the sides and on this part here so that it pops up. Our small foam squares and our large foam squares have the same lift. So that's going to work nicely. And before you put it on, you can just try that out and make sure that's going to fit and work. And that looks pretty good right there. We'll do the same for the bottom one. So isn't this fun? Like just having the ability to do your little tryout cards. It really jumpstarts your mojo too, because you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that layout. That layout's beautiful. And then you're going to want to start trying all these different layouts on these cards. Okay, so let me find my tweezers. Where did they go? Oh my gosh. Wow. Here they are. It's kind of dumb of me not to have more than one pair of tweezers. There's certain tools that I feel like you can have more than one of. I feel like it's always good to have more than one pair of scissors. And it's always good to have more than one pair of tweezers. Okay. So now I'm going to just take a little bit of tape here and just tape right there, and that will stick onto this oval. And we can position this where we want it. So let's see here. I think that's going to look really good right there. There. All right, we're going to do the same with this. Put a little bit of tape right there. Everything is sticking to me. I'm actually just putting these foam square little liners right on my clothes. They're just sticking right to my clothes. It's the winter here in Wisconsin. Does that look good? That looks pretty good right there. All right. There we go. And now we can do the same with this. We can pop it up in the center. We can pop the whole thing up. Let's pop the whole thing up. I think this greeting will be nice popped up. And where are my scissors? Here they are. I need to cut some more skinny foam squares. But now, for those of you that have your Master Layouts 1, maybe you haven't really tried the ovals yet. I think that's where most people kind of like, well, I bought it for the panels. You know, I wanted to make panel cutting easier. And that's a great reason to have it. But now this kind of gives you some creative ideas about using the strips and also the oval in there. You know, that oval too, if you decided that you wanted to cut it in white, it would also be very beautiful. You can layer white on white and create a really, really beautiful look. So it doesn't, you don't have to have that harsh black in the center. If, you know, that pop of black is not who you are, you know it's who I am, but it might not be who you are. So try white on white, because that is beautiful too. Okay. And then I think we could add a couple little, let's add a couple little rainbow pearls onto this one. Let me find some glue. I refilled all my glue bottles the other day. So let's see what colors we want to use here. Oh, there's so many. Let's see. Tom, I need some kind of machine that takes static out of the air. You know what we need in here? A humidifier. We should bring a humidifier into this room and add some humidity. Let's see what this one will look like. Ooh, that's really a pretty one. I like that. Here's a tiny one, tiny pink. I don't know about that one. I'm trying to find some small peach ones. You know, I have my favorites, and then I start, ooh, here's one. I like the variety in this pack. So if you haven't tried the rainbow pearls, they are so pretty. Let's find one more. One more tiny one. I got to spill them all out to see them. That'll work. Let's do that. That's going to be pretty. I do have to try a peach one, though. Try one peach one. I feel like the peach, it's kind of yellowy when you get it up against. Nah, I think I'm going with the pink. The pink still has that little hint of yellow in it. All right, we'll do that. I feel like I need maybe a couple more. Let's try that down here. And maybe one more tiny one. Oh, that's a white one. You can mix the plain white ones with the rainbow ones, but I do kind of like the pinkness in these pearls, so let's do that. Also, if you're stuck, if you're completely stuck and you don't know what you want to do, gold and silver always work. All right. And then I will take high quality photos of these. That was way too much glue. Let me try to suck some of it back. I'll take high quality photos of these cards too. So you'll have a bunch of, you know, card samples that if you want, you can always right-click on my cards in the Facebook group, and you can save them to a folder if there's like a card idea or, you know, something that you liked. All right, so there's our first card, and we used this little tryout to create that look. All right. So now let's go to our next one. Let me move a few things here. Let's go to our next one. Let's do this idea. All right, so I do have a panel here, and I have one of these, and I have one of these, and then I just need a card base for that, and we'll add a little bit of stenciling on there as well. So I'm going to close this up for a little bit, and then I'll bring the book back because I feel like I need a little bit more space. Okay, so let's get this again. I don't want to lose my other ideas that are still in there. I won't. All right, let's move this up here. And then let's do a little bit of sea glass. So I think sea glass would be fun. And you know what would be really fun? I'm going to try this. Let's see how it works. Normally I would not do what I'm going to do right now. I wouldn't send an already put together piece, but let's go ahead and use an embossing folder for this one. All right. Because I'm using the intracut, I do have the ability to loosen it up if it's too tight. So I'm just going to turn this to 2D on the side. And let me get my cutting mat and stuff. Okay. So I want to use, let's use this one. Let's use the Petite Flourish embossing folder just to add some texture in here. So that's going to press forward.
Darlene wants to know what your desk surface is made of. That's like a laminate work table.
Yeah, it's a laminate shipping table. We had one extra shipping table, and I'm going to run this through. Ooh, this is a little tight, but we'll see what it looks like. It's going through 2 pieces of cardstock, so I don't know how good my impression will be, but we'll see. It might be good enough. Yeah, it's just a laminate ship table. Ooh, that's pretty, actually. That looks really nice. So can you see the texture in that? That's good. I like that. So I'll take a good quality photo of this. And then let's take that strip and let's put a different texture on that. Let's do the gingham. Is this gingham? I grabbed this one. I was cleaning up all my embossing folders, and I've lost a couple of my folders, so I had to go steal one from the warehouse. Okay, so same thing. We're going to just line this up in here. Make sure it's straight. I love using embossing folders, and I haven't used any in a while, so let's see what this does. All right, this might be really tight going through, but we'll see. Normally, I would use the embossing folder on just the white piece, and then I would layer it onto the black panel. But because I have these already pre-designed, we're just living in the moment here. Ooh, that's nice too. Look at that. So I think these two are going to be kind of cool together, just having all that texture on there. And I like having a swirly one with a more geometric style. So the gingham, the lattice, you know, something that's kind of crisscrossy with something that's more flourishy or swirly. Also, you can always use the Swiss dot, which is never a failure. Always looks good. Okay. And then I'm going to need a card base. So I'm going to get a piece of sea glass. to go with this. So let's cut the sea glass down. And then we're going to score that at the 4¼ right? 4¼ inch mark. There we go. And it's so fun to see how those simple layouts that are on that sheet can turn into really pretty, elegant cards just by adding a little bit of, you know, a little bit of embossing, a little bit of stenciling.
So technical question from Danielle.
Yes.
Do you find that the nice edge on the panel from the master layout gets squished when you emboss it? How could I get embossing and the nice edge? What would you do? Emboss first?
Well, are you talking about what I just did? Absolutely, that got squished. I would have done the white panel by itself and then put it on the black panel. I would normally have not done it this way. I think that's what she's asking. Am I correct?
Well, I don't know.
I think so. I hope so. I hope I got that right.
I don't think she was embossing 2 layers, though. I think she was embossing...
Just a single layer? All right, so here's my layout for this. Yeah, I think that's what you were asking. I hope I got that right, but you know, I wouldn't emboss.
It doesn't change. If you emboss, if you cut something and then emboss it, it doesn't change the edge of the paper, does it?
No. No, it'll still be very easy to line up with the black piece, but it's going to emboss all the way to the edge. You want it to emboss all the way to the edge. So, I mean, this white panel has a nice crisp line going down. It's this black panel that's not so crisp because it just kind of got extra squished because it's double thick. But I didn't want to cut new panels. It didn't make sense to cut new panels. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. So my eyeball's kind of going in the middle here. I could bring it off a little bit to the side. That looks pretty good. Okay.
And Lori wants to know, where is the paper sorter in your storage cubes behind you from?
Stampin' Storage. They've got great products, Stampin' Storage, and they are all from Stampin' Storage, and I love them. They started doing white. They used to just do a natural wood color, which a lot of people really like, but I kind of liked the white, so I was a holdout. Well, I wasn't really a holdout. I had the natural ones, but now the natural ones are home in my home studio. Okay. All right, so I just put a couple foam squares there, and I'm going to tape most of this right onto to the oval itself. All right, so let's get these off. And then we'll add some tape onto this part right here, and that'll get taped right onto the oval. Okay, and we're going to use this kind of as the backdrop or the grounding area for that design. Okay, and then we're going to do happy birthday. We're going to overlap a little bit. Best friend. Like that. I like this card. This card turned out really cute. And we can use some foam squares for this too. So I hope that some of these ideas that you're finding useful and that this will kind of get you out of your comfort zone a little bit with card layouts. It'll give you some fun ideas for new card layouts.
And the master layout set best for a newbie?
Well, I would say either 1 or 2, just because it's kind of the base layers of all of your A2 cards. And A2 is the most popular card size that card makers make. Now, that being said, you might be more of a 5x7 crafter. You might like a bigger card. And so then I would say Master Layouts 8 would be a good choice for you. I also think, I'm sorry about that. That's my pump. I'm diabetic. I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I wear a pump and I wear a glucose monitor, and it's telling me that my blood sugar's a little low, which is fine. It's not that low, but Tom, I have mine set to not go off at where it's going off, but Tom has his set to go off really conservatively. So it's his phone beeping over there. All right, so there we go. Happy birthday, best friend. And I think I'll put a couple little of our tiny little ones here. Some silver I think I'll use. I think silver would be a good color. I'll put one here, one up here, and one down here. Where did my stick go? Here we go. My stick tool, pick and stick. Put a little one there, and maybe I'll use one of my bigger ones. Do I have bigger ones here? Put these all in a little bag so I could make room for that, but I'm going to get a bigger one out of here. That's not the right color. This is the one I want. It's because I have a little extra space down there. So there we go. So there's my second card. And look how different these look. Just like totally different cards. But they use all of those same elements from Master Layouts 1. Okay. So just a couple more to go.
And the question, what stick tool are you using?
I'm using the Gina K Designs Pick and Stick tool. It's got a pick side for poking out your die cuts and kind of moving things around on your card embellishments, and then it's got the wax tip. This is the Gina K Designs pick and stick tool. Okay, so now the next one we're going to make is, I know I closed this book, that was kind of silly, but we're going to do this one. I love this layout. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I love the simplicity of it. So let's make this one. So I will pull these pieces off. I'll put this back. And then I'm definitely going to, here we go. I've got one of these. I'm definitely going to do some stenciling on this. Look at the layout one more time. Okay, I'm definitely going to do some stenciling on this, and I'm going to use a warm tone this time instead of the cool. No, I think I'll use the cool. This way I don't have to clean this whole thing, but I'm going to use some of that gray again, the soft stone. We'll just do a little light stenciling here. There we go. I love that. I love it just to be really soft, and you can see it more when I turn it away from the light a little bit. All right. And then I'm going to do a little bit on here. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of this jelly bean green. I know that's scary because that can be a very bright color, but I've got it in the leaves, and I think it will be pretty, and it'll be a little bit different. So let me clean this brush. I'm going to clean the brush. I'm not even going to reload the brush. I know I brought the ink pad over, but I'm not even going to reload the brush. And I'm going to leave that gray on there too. So we're just going to add a little bit in there. Just so that it's soft. Can you see that on there? It almost looks gray-green, but it's definitely green compared to the gray. I know that's really hard to see on camera. Let me see if I can brighten that up a little bit. Good luck to me trying to figure out where this was, but we'll see if I can do it. I think I can do it.
We saw it.
You saw it? But I just want a little bit more. I feel like I could use a little more color. Just a little bit. There we go. Ooh, and I nailed it. Okay. So there we go. A little bit more green in there. Okie dokie. Now, this layout was on the side like this, and then we had this oval on top, and then we had this coming up like that, and then we had our words up here. Very elegant, very soft and elegant. And I feel like that can go on a Christmas red card base, and that would really tie it all in together. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I can zoom in a little bit more here. I got lucky. I got lucky. I nailed it, but I got lucky. I'm going to drink a little bit of apple juice on the side here. Anybody ever try this Martinelli's apple juice? Oh my goodness, it's so good. And it's great if you're diabetic, but you have to be strong enough to open the jar. Okay. That's not going to do anything, but let's get this put together. I have a doctor's appointment today with my diabetes doctor. Haven't seen her for a while. So the last thing I want to do is have a low. All right, now I'm going to pop this up. I didn't pop any of the strips up before. I'm going to pop these up because I feel like this is going to give it a little bit more dimension because there's not a lot of parts. So by raising this up, it'll give it a little bit more dimension. Yeah, apple juice is good. You know, it's one of those things as a diabetic that I don't get to have a lot of because it's got a lot of sugar, but you know, the good thing about being a diabetic is when you get a low blood sugar, you get to eat all the treaty kind of stuff. So I'll be happy about that today. Okay, so now I'm going to add just foam squares to this half of the oval, and the rest we're going to tape right on there. Because we only want one half to be raised up. The other half is already equal with that side. You see what I mean? That's going to be even in there on this side. All right. And then we'll look at all our little layouts one more time, our little try it cards. And then we can look at our finished cards and see, you know, how when you embellish them and you add to them with some background color, how it makes a huge difference. All right, that looks pretty good right there. And now this we can put right on there. I'll just put a little foam square up there, and I won't even need one there, just a little something to hold that in place on the card. So I'll use one of these tiny little strips that I cut, and we'll put it right on there. And the rest I can do right there with tape. Let's see how we want this to look. Oh, I love that. Should we do it down there, up a little bit, and show the... Let's do it up just a little bit so we can show off that little, this little lacy edge here. I put this on the wrong side. Let me pull that off. Put that on this one. Did anybody else notice that? Or did anybody notice it? Somebody did, I'm sure. They were probably screaming at me, but I didn't look at the comments. So there we go. Okay. And now we'll put the thinking of you and sending love. So thinking of you is going to go up there. I think we should pop it up. I'm all about popping up stuff. I go through foam squares like crazy. But I think all that dimension on the card is so nice. And you know, it doesn't seem to damage the card when you mail it. Like, it doesn't seem to be a problem. The foam stuff, I think it's just flexible, you know. So let's go ahead and do that. Thank you guys for joining us today. We really love seeing you, and we really appreciate you. I think everybody missed Tom on Tuesday night, and it's nice to have Tom back. All right. And Rena made it home. Rena and Brian, they made it home. Brian will be back in the office tomorrow making more magic. I have a liner under there. That was like playing Operation. Remember that game, Tom? You said that one night when we were when I was live. The game Operation.
Yes.
Okay, so while I'm putting this greeting on, Tom, this might be a great time for you to do the word of the day.
Okay, word of the day. Word of the day. Yay. All right, so this is one of those words that it's already taken. You know, it's already used to describe something, but it really should have been used for something else.
Oh, I love those words.
So when you go to get your car fixed, and, you know, the people that fixed your car that bang out the dings and the crunches from
Yes.
from fender benders and accidents and things like that. Don't you think they really should be called dentists? They should be the dentist. They fix dents.
Yes, that's perfect.
But no, that's another world. So, word of the day, dentist. Fix dents. Back. Way back to the dead space.
That's awesome. So I'm just putting some little gold embellishments in there. And there we go. There's our third card. Dentist. It's funny. All right. And let's make our very last one, and then we'll look at them all, and we'll look at the book again. All right, so our book here. Here is the final card. Ooh, I like this one too, with the mix. All right. Now, remember, we could have taken all of these up another notch by cutting some of these pieces in other colors other than white. They don't have to be white. We could have cut this in craft. We could have cut it in sweet mango. So you got to try a bunch of different things. Okay, and then let's add a combination of embossing. So let's do the Lattice folder, because Lattice is always pretty with flowers. So we'll do this Lattice. That's this one right here, Lattice. We'll do that for the card base, which is going to be kind of crazy, but we'll make it work. So do we want that? Yeah, we want it to go this way. All right, wish me luck here, lining this up. I think I can line it up here. It's a thick piece of cardstock. So that should be good and straight. All right. I probably shouldn't have done that until I was ready to put it through, but we're going to run it through again with the intercut. And I've got my setting on 2D emboss. Let's see if I can just line it up this way. That'll be good. And away we go. I know it's sticking out of the bottom, but it's not sticking out in the part that we need to be embossing. So hope for the best. Ooh, that looks good. Look at that. That's so pretty. And then we'll mix. We'll do a little ink blending over the strip that's going across the center. And we can do that in a pretty gray, since we have the gray out. Here we go. Got a hair on that. I'm just gonna rinse this later. All right, so let's do this piece right here. I am gonna wipe this though. I've got green on here. Would the green be bad? Maybe the green would be pretty. Let's add green. Let's do it. Why not? I'm gonna stick with whatever is just right on this brush because I liked the color that it was. And you're not gonna see a whole lot of that anyway, but I think that that's gonna be perfect. Okay. And then that is gonna go into the center here. And then this is going to go on top. See, you barely see it on the edges there, but it's still there a little bit. You know, I want this to stay centered though. It needs to stay centered just because of the basic design. So let's put this on a, should we look at Sweet Mango? Yeah, let's put that on a Sweet Mango card base. Just we have a bunch of colorful, pretty cards. And that'll play off of those two flowers, or the one flower. Just one flower is Sweet Mango. But that, you know, it'll make that little, it'll make it stand out. It'll pop a little bit. I'll put this on upside down. All right. So I'm scoring this card base at 4 1/4. Out of there. And we'll just give that a nice press. There we go. Okay, this is the way it goes on. There we go. Now let's get this panel on here first. So we'll do that with some adhesive tape. Where did that go? You know, I can really make a mess in a very short order. Alrighty. So we'll get this on here. And then I told you before, I'm going to take pictures of all of these. So if you want to, you know, let me flip this over. If you want to make cards using the new kit, and you've already gotten your new kit or your kit is on the way, these are great card ideas for that kit, but it's also just good ideas that you can use with other things that you have in your collection. So if you don't have these stamps, you don't need the whole cluster to be on one stamp. You could build these little kind of floral things with single flowers and leaves. You could create your own. All right, and this, I think I'm going to pop this up. Actually, I'm moving this whole thing down because I feel like it's not centered enough in the card.
You used a 1-inch binder, right?
I think it's a 1.5-inch binder. I did a 1.5-inch binder because I'm going to put other Gina K Designs charts, and I'm going to put all my templates in there. So I figured, why not just go with the bigger one? But you can use a 1-inch, that's fine. You know, if you wanted to have a separate one for your fancy fold templates and a separate one for the master layouts, then a 1-inch would be plenty. Whatever works for you. And then my tweezers. All right, so I'm going to line this up in the center. There we go. It's hard for me to talk when I'm trying to line something up. And then we're going to put this one up here and this one down here. I like mixing like that. I think it's very pretty. And this one being a little bit smaller is going to give me a chance to put that greeting on there. Now, where did the greeting go? Here it is. It fell on the ground. All right. So I'm going to put some foam squares out here, here, and here again. There, there, and up here. And then just some tape on here where it's going to attach to the oval. A copy of my notebook layouts online. I'm not sure what you mean. Kathy, can you elaborate on what you're looking for? Okay, we'll get this up here like this. There we go. And then the same thing here, I'm just going to put one there and one there. If you see her comment, Tom, let me know. Okay. The document for the design of the cover of the book is already on the blog. I have it linked already in the description here on YouTube, so you can go and get your cover, and that has the QR code to everything. There we go.
So regarding the green stencil, it's the thought that counts, right?
Yes. Yeah, that didn't work out, but sometimes things don't work out. You know, you go through all the trouble and then you end up covering it up, but that's okay. That's all right. I know it's under there. I know that I put in the effort. And that's all that really matters, is what you know. Wise guy.
Just like when you know there's a whole bunch of messed up stuff under there that you flipped to use the other side.
Yep. It's like it's a secret hidden card under there. All right, and we'll do hello friend right in the center, like that. And then we're going to do this little one off to the side here. You're in my prayers. Okay. So I need some more skinny ones. Now you can also pop this on the inside. You could stamp that on the inside if you wanted to. But I'm going to put it right here on the outside. Why not? See if we can make it work. This was fun. I really like doing this, and it really gives you an opportunity to use your tools, you know? When you make a whole bunch of cards using one master layouts die set, you feel like, okay, I know how to use this set now, and I really feel like I got my money's worth, you know? And that's important to, I probably shouldn't have put this one on. We'll take that off. And we'll put tape there instead. Put a little bit of tape. I like the colors of this one too. There we go. All right. There we go. Hello, friend, you're in my prayers. We'll add just a couple little embellishments here. Let's go with the gold again, since they're all spilled out over here. I'll do another. I'm going to get another big one out of this bag for over here. One more big one. They're too big. There we go. I see one that I can use. I'm just going to move this down a little bit too. There we go. Okay. So there is this one. So let me get the book and we'll look at what we did and we'll kind of lay them on top. So here's the book. For those that are just joining, this is the book that we used. We're making our own book of ideas here. So let me zoom out a little bit. Okay.
And they can get that sheet.
You can get this sheet right on the blog on our website, and you can download it. And then anytime you want to look for the newest charts or templates, you can use your smartphone over this QR code, and it'll take you right back to that blog page. I have the link in the description here of the video, though, for the first time. And here's our master layouts. This is one of the downloads that you can get today, the master layouts. And then here are my Try Me cards, my trial cards. And then here are the cards that we made using these layouts. So this one right here, we made this card. This one right here, we just made this card. Look how different that looks. I mean, it's simple, right? But look how jazzy it is there. All right. This one up here, we made this. And this one, we created that. So look at all those cards out of Master Layouts 1. Isn't that fun? So hopefully you got some good ideas today. You can get started creating your own binder. And the next week, I hope to do Master Layouts 2. And we'll do something very similar with Master Layouts 2. We'll have different layouts that you can copy. And we'll have a new printout for the Master Layouts 2 idea sheet. I'll give you a whole slew of things that coordinates with Master Layouts 2 because it's one of our most, we have the most products that coordinate with Master Layouts 2. And I'll be sharing all those with you. And we'll just keep doing this all the way through our upcoming Master Layouts 18. So lots of fun ideas for you. Well, I hope that this video helped you. Now, we are going to give away a gift card today, but before we do, I want to say one more time, if you aren't a member of our Facebook group, come on over and join us. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. We would love to have you there. Lots of ideas and printables in that group as well. Look at the files section. There's all kinds of charts and swatches and everything. And our members have shared really cool printables too. So lots of fun stuff in there. And then if you've seen anything you liked in today's video, you can head over to our website at ginakdesigns.com and find it all there. And Brianne Loveland, thank you so much for linking everything for us today. That was really super helpful. And if you liked today's video, and I sure hope that you have, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up, that would really, really help the channel. We are under 1,000 subscribers away from 200,000, and we're going to be doing some big giveaways when we hit that 200,000 mark. So I'd love you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. I will be creating a playlist, and this will be the first video in the playlist today, and we will keep going until we have all 18 Master Layouts videos in there for you. All right, Tom, it is time. Let's give away a gift card to a lucky winner today.
All right. Okay, here we go. Timpani. Today's lucky winner is Cecilia Morris. Cecilia Morris.
Yay, Cecilia. Congratulations All you have to do is send your name and your email address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we will send you a digital gift card for $15 toward your next order. And you can use it whenever you want. They don't expire. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We had a great time seeing you. I'm so glad you're back, Tom. Thank you for being here today. And until next Tuesday night, we'll be back with another Stampin' Chat Live. We hope you'll join us there. In the meantime, stay safe, stay warm, and stay healthy. We love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.